You asked for it, here it is. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and watch the video that says how I paid my home off in 3.5 years using a HELOC. Today, I'm actually gonna break this thing down. So in this video, I'm gonna go line by line and show you the difference in interest and how it's calculated in a home equity line of credit versus a mortgage. And so I'm gonna throw different rates in there. I'm gonna go get in the weeds today. So let's do this. As we go through this, I want to really just use a pretty traditional example. So I'm going to pretend a family of 4 during COVID bought their home, 2020 at 3.5% rate. Rates were lower then. That's about the standard I see. I do have some clients that have had 2.25, and yes, they've become clients. Let's pretend you purchased a home for $350,000. You had saved up good money and you were able to put 20% down. So you get out of PMI, which is fantastic on a mortgage. You don't want to be paying that anyways. That's just extra you're paying. So 20% of 350 would be 70,000. Take that 70,000 off of 350. Now you have a principal balance owed of $280,000. Okay. So now it's 2025. You bought it in 2020. So what's happened? You had 5 years of hopefully that home appreciating. I'm doing a really low appreciation for 5 years on a home that was purchased during COVID. Let's just pretend the home is now worth $400,000. If you're going to look at the principal balance owed on this, in 5 years on the mortgage, I've already put this in the calculator, you would now owe $251,151. So it took you 5 years to pay off $29,000 of interest, which just, if you don't realize this, that's not good. That means that how the way a mortgage is lined up is it's front loaded on interest. You're paying a lot more interest in the first 10, 12, 15 years. Okay, so I'm going to plug these numbers into this calculator. So the loan amount, remember, is down to $280,000. That's how much you owe on this mortgage. Okay. Let's also put the mortgage rate, at least at 3.5. You have 25 years left to pay it off because you started again during 2020. The home is now appraised for $400,000. Let's remember that. Let's do an apples to apples. Everyone's wanting to see kind of a comparison. I'm not even gonna do apples to apples. I'm gonna make it apples to oranges or whatever we're gonna say here. I'm gonna put the HELOC rate higher to continue to try to prove a point and drive this thing home. So let's go high. I know mortgage rates, I believe, are around 6.5%, 6.7%, maybe 7%. But I'm going to put an 8% HELOC. Let's just go high for sake of illustration. Let's assume if they were to do a HELOC, and we're comparing these two, that they're able to get a loan to value of 80%. So 80% is a loan to the value of the current home. So the current home is worth $400,000. We said it's appraised now for $400,000. So that means the line of credit would be $320,000. Let's also assume that you have $20,000 of savings. So now that $280,000 balance is sitting there, 8% rate, and we're going to look at your monthly income between two people. I looked at all of this are averages, by the way. I looked at average mortgages. I looked at average income. I looked at average expenses. So instead of trying to address people who have a $1.7 million home, and people have a $120,000 home, I did my very best to find a median average. This couple is making $9,500 per month between two people. Okay, so let me plug that number in there, $9,500. Right here, monthly income, $9,500. That's their take home. And then their monthly expenses, which we want to include everything. Whether you tithe or not tithing, groceries, eating out, utilities, vacay fund, gas, entertainment, retirement, all of this stuff. All of that combined with the mortgage payment is $6,800 per month. This was the average that I found. If we were to take what you need to understand with a HELOC, with a first lien HELOC, which I've taught on in the other videos multiple times, you no longer have a mortgage payment. So the mortgage payment is gone. This first lien HELOC has taken over in the first position loan. This is not mortgage and a second lien. I'm not saying that to be condescending. I want to make sure that you hear what I'm saying because people get really hung up on this. It's like, why would I take another loan out and keep my mortgage? That's not what we're advertising here. We're removing that loan completely. There's no more death pledge. So the loan stays the same, no big deal. But the way that the interest is calculated is a major deal. And I'm going to show you here in this video. So now we have a $9,500 income, $6,800 expenses. But where does that mortgage payment go? It's gone. In the HELOC. So in the illustration, the payment would come down to $5,000 in expenses because there's no longer a mortgage payment. But before you ask what happens to escrow, taxes, and insurance, I've calculated that for the year as well. So we're going to include taxes and insurance of $3,600 for the year. Divide that by 12. That's $300 in taxes and insurance that we need to add back into the monthly expenses. So now that gives us $5,300 in monthly expenses. $9,500 income, $5,300 monthly expenses, 8% HELOC rate. If you go back over here with a 3.5% mortgage. So there's no way that an 8% HELOC rate could be the 3.5% mortgage, right? Wrong. So let me show you exactly how this works. We're taking our $20,000 of savings and we're gonna dump the whole thing. $20,000 on the loan amount, that's $280. So now the balance is gonna come down to $260. So now you owe $260 and all the terms have stayed the same. 3.5% mortgage, 8% HELOC. If you look at the summary over here, which I will break down in just a moment, what does it say clearly? You have 25 years left to pay off the mortgage. You'll pay $130,486.38 in total interest, which is a total of $390,000. So you basically buy yourself a house and the bank a half a house or a house as well. With a HELOC, you'll pay it off in 6.6 years, $68,859.72 in interest, saving you roughly $60,000 off the top just in interest. But let's just say we just stopped right there. If you literally save $60,000, how much would that change your life? That's a big deal. That should get you excited if you're not already excited. But more importantly, what I want you to see, look at the timeline. We've gone from 25.1 years to 6.6 years. That's basically 19 years of your life back, where you're not paying the biggest debt that you owe. You're gonna hear this over and over again. Time is the most valuable asset that we have. So if we can manipulate time to the simple interest program of a first lien HELOC, why would we not do it? If we can manipulate the time and the balance. How do we do that? It's because of the way that the interest is calculated. Interest on a 30-year mortgage is amortized. And all your interest rate does, you can write this down, is determines your monthly payment. So I don't care if you got a 2.2 or a 9.40, it doesn't matter. You're gonna have the same payment for the life of that loan. The only thing that could change is if you get a cash out refi, starting the process over, paying closing costs and paying equity out of your home again, or you sell the home. You sell the home and then you get your equity out of it. Either way, your money is trapped or you have to start the process again, which the bank loves. Why do you think they call you every 6 to 8 years saying, hey, if you refinance, your payment will come down? That's because they're keeping your loan for another 30 years. On the mortgage, it's amortized throughout the year, divide by 12 the interest rate, and what's gonna happen each month, you'll pay a little, can we zoom in on this? A little bit more of principal. So a little bit less interest, a little bit more principal, but it's front loaded like crazy and you're still trapped. You're not liquid, okay? In a first lien HELOC, and I've said this till I'm blue in the face, and I don't know if it's clicking fully, but I pray this clicks today. It is a 24-hour recast, meaning every 24 hours, this first lien HELOC, not second lien HELOC on a mortgage, but a first loan, where it's just as safe as a first mortgage, which is actually a death pledge, is recasted. It's gonna look at the balance owed. It's gonna say, you know, Jim and Jane have $260,000 that they owe on their home. That's what we're gonna run the interest on today. On day one, January 1st, and on January 2nd, January 3rd. What if you put, again, you could put your $20,000 in savings in there. So instead of paying on $280 and then calculating your payments there, it's actually gonna calculate your payment on $260. This changes things dramatically because as you take the time to make sure your money's going in on the right time of the month and pulling it out at the right time of the month, you're manipulating the time and the balance every single month. So that 8% rate that we're running it at doesn't affect you like you would think it does. But we've been so programmed to go rate. So I got to get the lowest rate, which I encourage you to get the lowest rate. But there's a lot of misnomers with that as well. I know multiple banks who do teaser rates and promo rates where you can get lower rates. Well, Tyler, that's great, but I hear that they're variable. Okay, let's say it is variable. I'm going to show you an illustration right here. Again, we're looking at 25.1 years and 6.6 years. Let's just take the rate down from the HELOC. Let's make it the same as the mortgage. I was told to do apples to apples. So 3.5 years only took us down 1 year on the HELOC. The mortgage stayed the same because remember we kept the same rate. It took 1 year off. Why don't I take 1 year off? Because time and balance are more important, not the rate. Let's take the rate up to 10. Let's do something just crazy. I've not seen in my time at all. We took it up to 10, went up to 7.1 years. It added about a half of a year to paying off at a 10% HELOC rate. If that doesn't prove to you that the rate is not the most important factor, I don't know what does. So again, it's the time and balance we want to manipulate. So let me go back for the sake of illustration to the 8% rate. I'm keeping it real high, even though I see people getting promos all the time with zero closing costs or very low closing costs, and you're not stuck on that loan for 30 years. Again, you could be in this promo rate, this teaser for a year or two, and then go to another bank for a year or two with very low to zero closing costs. So you're not stuck. And you have a 10-year draw period. And on top of that, let me say this, you have a larger savings account because remember, we have a $320,000 line of credit because you get 80% to 90% loan to value. Let's go very conservative. Loan to value at 80%, you have access to $320,000, you paid it down to $260, you have a $60,000 emergency fund. You started with 20, but now you have a $60,000 emergency fund. So now, if you were not to pay your payments for a few months on a mortgage, foreclosing, it's gone. If you don't pay your payments for a few months on a first lien HELOC, it's an interest-only payment. They're just gonna take that interest right out. That's not what we want to happen. But if the worst case scenario is you making it for a few months and keeping your home, I hope you would all say that's a much better worst case scenario. Let's break this down. I want to look at this line by line. In a mortgage, the principal 543 on month one, August 2025. We're starting today. And then the interest 758, the balance is 260, right? Same apples to apples. Let's just look 1 year into this. From 543 to 562 of August of 25 to August of 26. So what is that? $19 extra is going towards principal. In 1 year, $19 extra is going towards principal. So you've paid off $6,700 in a full year in your amortization schedule. In a HELOC, the interest has gone up from $1,652 in 1 year to $1,443. So that's $209 in 1 year. How much is the balance? And you've gained $32,000 of equity. And you're like, well, yeah, Tyler, I'm just dumping all my money into it. You have access to it. So why would you not dump your money into there instead of putting it in a checking or savings earning you 0? Or even if your savings is earning you 1 or 2, even if you put it in a CD earning you 3 or 4 or 5, you're saving more than you're earning in those other funds where it's liquid. So we want to take our liquidity and we want to put it over here. We want to defer those payments. This is how this works. This is how banks are in business. This is how wealthy people have been doing this for years. I'm just trying to bring this to you guys to help you out. Look at the difference if we go into year 2. So now, August of 27, the payment is down to $1,200. That is $430 off more that we're paying towards principal because all of it's sitting on top of it. And the balance has come down to $193,000. That is $67,000 more of equity you have. And you have access to the $320,000 again. This is before we do any of the other strategies. This is literally, you're living on your same income, your same expenses. You're not going to rice and beans like Dave Ramsey says. You're living your same lifestyle and you just paid off 70 grand of your balance. So on the mortgage, 2 years in, you've paid off 14,000, 70,000, 14. I'm just saying the math doesn't lie. When I say the math don't lie, don't lie. You're like, well, I'm paying more in interest. You might be paying more in interest on the first month or two. Let's go back to the top. 68,000 in total interest versus 130,000 in total interest. I'm really not trying to be a smart aleck, but which one is more? Like you're not paying more interest because the timeline is being decreased. If the time saves you 19 years, that's 19 less years that you're paying those incremental payments to the bank. And you might go, well, Tyler, I don't want to put all my money in there. Well, then don't. The other beauty of it is you have full control. You are in charge. You're in the driver's seat. You remain liquid. You're becoming your own bank. And I'm telling you, and I'll say this over and over again, I have so many other strategies outside of just getting this the income and expenses and deferring your credit card payments. We've not gotten into interest arbitrage, our private lending, our ways that you can mitigate taxes and help accelerate this thing like crazy. It's how I literally paid my home off in 3.5 years. That's not a brag. It changed my life so much. That's why I'm doing this. I back ended my way into a business where I'm like, the Lord did this in my life. I got to share this with people. And I will always tell you, I don't want or need everyone to be like, I want thousands and thousands of clients to come. I want those who have a teachable spirit, who want to learn, those who are seeking truth, and those that I can help get across the finish line. And I tell clients every day, if they're not ready yet, you're not ready yet. And that's okay. We're going to give you a game plan to help you become ready. But if you are ready, the numbers won't lie. You're going to be able to look at this thing and say, oh my gosh, we had 27 years or 18 years or 15 years, and now we're down to 3 or 4 or 9, whatever it is. We're going to make sure for you. That's what we do at Hennessy Consulting, is we make sure that we are conservative for you. That's why I'm running this rate at 8% and not 3%. I don't want to do apples to apples. I'm going to show my scenario with a higher rate. Even if I can get you into a promo rate at 4.5 or 6.25, even if I can do that, I'm running the calculation at a higher number. So I want you to see that the math simply works. All right, let me show you one last thing just to continue to hopefully drive this home. If we were actually to do apples to apples and we were to take the mortgage rate up where they are today, let's just go 6.7. I didn't change the HELOC. I kept the HELOC at 8, but let's take the HELOC down to 6.7 because we're doing apples to apples. You're going to pay $276,000 in total interest versus $54,000 in total interest. When I tell you I have clients literally almost jumping through the Zoom camera going, oh my gosh, you're about to save me $200,000 or $503,000 for a guy the other day. It's literally happening on a daily basis.
You're charging dollars to potentially save me $500,000. I think I'll be okay.
Well, thanks how you said that. I love how you said that. But yes,
because we're empowering them, educating them to become their own bank. So if we actually do apples to apples with interest and the same income, the same expenses, is a game changer. And I would love to help you and your family. If you're willing to learn this, I would love for me or my team to sit down with you, help you with pre-qualification, help you with a strategy call, and get you into a such better financial position. The financial illiteracy in our country is due, frankly, to a lot of people just following the crowd and doing what they think they're supposed to do. So I'm going to continue as much as I can as the Lord allows me to try to help families. That's my heart. That's my team's heart. The Lord has brought team members in who have the same values to want to steward things as under the Lord, to build the kingdom, to empower people. I believe relationships are everything. We want to make sure that we're helping one another and using the gifts that we've been given to bless those around us. So on our team, that's what we want to do, and we would love to help you if we can. What I would ask from you simply, like, comment, subscribe. It really helps us out as we can continue to make these videos, and I'll continue to break them down the best that I can. I would love to also meet with you and connect with you in any way. So all you got to do is in the description, there's a link. You click on that link and you're going to get connected with our team, and we will do everything we can to treat you with the highest standard, with integrity, to look at your numbers and try to get you on a road to the best success for you and your family. Thanks for taking the time to watch the video. God bless. Take care.